They always tell you that two can live as cheaply as one. It's a phrase whispered at weddings and written in every personal finance book for the middle class. Say that marriage is a financial safety net, a partnership designed to weather the storms of inflation and the uncertainty of old age. They tell you that staying single is an expensive luxury, a selfish path that leads to a retirement of scarcity and cold rooms. But after 50 years of watching the world turn, I've seen a very different reality. I've watched friends, brilliant people, lose half their net worth in their late 50s to a grey divorce. I've seen men and women spend their peak earning years funding a lifestyle they didn't even want, buying cars they hated and maintaining houses they couldn't afford, just to keep a partner from feeling less than in front of the neighbours. The truth? The economic benefit of marriage is one of the greatest lies ever sold. It's a script designed to keep the gears of consumption turning. Today, we're going to talk about the hidden wealth of living alone, not just the peace of mind, but the actual cold, hard cash that stays in your bank account when you stop compromising. If you've been worried that being alone after 50 is a financial death sentence, I'm here to show you why it's actually your fastest path to total financial autonomy. Let's look at the numbers the relationship script is terrified for you to see. The biggest drain on a person's wealth isn't the government, taxes, or a bad stock market. It's something I call lifestyle compromise. When you live with another person, your expenses are almost never cut in half. Instead, they are multiplied by the highest common denominator of your partner's expectations. I call this the identity tax. It's the price you pay to maintain the image of the couple. Think about the house you're in. Do you actually need 4 bedrooms? Or are you paying property taxes, heating bills, and a massive mortgage on 3 empty rooms because your partner wanted space for guests who visit twice a year? When you are solo, your needs drop to their true, honest baseline. You suddenly realize that your dignity doesn't depend on a granite countertop or a specific zip code. You don't need to perform wealth for anyone. The gap between what you actually need to be happy and what you are spending to keep a relationship afloat, that is where your true wealth is born. Wealth isn't about what you earn. It's about the freedom from being forced to spend on things that don't bring you joy. In a relationship, you aren't just buying for yourself. You're buying for the version of yourself your partner expects to see. There is a financial cost to every argument and a price tag on every compromise. I call it consensus fatigue. When you live alone, the time between I want this and I'm doing this is zero. In a relationship, that gap can take months, years, or even decades. Think about the investment opportunities you missed because your partner was too risk-averse. Think about the career move you didn't take because they didn't want to move cities. Every time you have to negotiate your financial future with someone else, you are leaking energy and capital. Relationships are often financially rigid. You are anchored to a specific standard of living that is usually dictated by the person in the house who spends the most, not the one who saves the most. If you want to eat simple meals for a month to invest more in the market, you can't because your partner wants a proper dinner. If you want to cancel the expensive gym membership or the 5 streaming services, you can't because they use them. These small leaks over 20 or 30 years represent a fortune in lost compound interest. Solitude allows you to be a financial sniper, precise, fast, and unencumbered. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the divorce trap. In the financial world, we talk about risk management as if it only applies to stocks. But the biggest risk in your portfolio is your partner's future state of mind. A grey divorce after 50, is a financial nuclear bomb. It doesn't just split your assets in half, it destroys the power of compound interest exactly when you need it to peak. It forces the sale of the family home in a bad market. It doubles your utility bills, your insurance, and your taxes overnight. It's the only legal process that can take a millionaire and turn them into a struggling retiree in 18 months. Living alone is the ultimate insurance policy. When you build your wealth solo, you have 100% control. There is no legal ambush waiting for you 10 years down the road. You don't have to worry about your retirement fund being liquidated because someone else had a midlife crisis, found themselves, or decided they wanted a different life. Financial peace isn't just a number in a bank account. It's the certainty that no one can take that number away from you with a signature in a courtroom. When you live alone, you possess a superpower that couples don't: geo-agility. If the market drops, or if you decide you want to retire 5 years earlier, you can pivot your life in a heartbeat. You can move to a smaller apartment, a cheaper city, or even a different country where your currency goes 3 times as far. You don't need a committee meeting or a domestic argument to decide your future. People love to complain about the single tax, the fact that solo travel or tax filings seem to favor couples, but they conveniently forget the marriage subsidy we pay every day in emotional labor, partner debt, and status-seeking consumption. The hidden wealth of living alone is the ability to focus 100% of your resources on your vision. When you stop funding a narrative that isn't yours, you'll be shocked at how fast your net worth grows. You aren't missing out on sharing costs, you are opting out of shared waste. At the end of the day, the greatest wealth is waking up and realizing you don't owe anyone an explanation or a cent. Being alone after 50 isn't a financial struggle unless you try to live like a couple while you're single. If you embrace the solo path, you'll find that you have more than enough. You'll have the wealth of peace, the wealth of security, and the wealth of choice. Stop worrying about the single tax and start enjoying the solo dividend. Your future self will thank you for the courage to build a life that is truly financially and soulfully yours. The house is quiet, the bank account is full, and the choices are all mine. And for me, that is the definition of being truly rich. Thanks for watching.